Record. So we're gonna get started this evening lying down in a supported kind of relaxation posture, not with a bunch of stuff under our legs. But I'd like for you to go ahead and grab your strap, have a strap handy. Of course, get your props together. So we're going to start lying down with your feet on the ground and your knees bent. But you might want to take a blanket to place it under your spine. That can feel very nice. Placing it under a blanket under your spine, or a heating pad, maybe a king size heating pad if you have one. and and also have a blanket for the back of your head. So we don't want the back of the head to be terribly high because we're going to do some movements with our legs. But then I also have my pillow, I have my yoga blocks, I have my bolster, I have all of those things. And I'm just going to put them off to the side. Again, I have an extra softness for my spine. And I'm going to start my musical accompaniment now, because that's always nice. I'm going to have you lie down. So you come to lie down, have your strap close by. We're going to use it. We'll use it soon. And make sure that you feel comfortable. Some ways to help with this, again, a little support underneath of your spine, under the back of your head can be helpful. And kind of shift around a little bit, maybe walking your shoulder blades kind of towards each other a little, and then wiggling your back body. You want your chin to come slightly towards your chest. Sometimes when we lie down, our chins point up towards the ceiling, so you want your chin towards your chest a little. And then you might even lift your hips and tilt your pelvis. It's an anterior tilt, it's kind of tilting it up. And bring your hands to your low back and press your buttocks away. Press your bum flesh away from your low back. And then let your low back come back down. Let your feet be mat width distance and your knees fall in towards each other. And your hands can rest on your body, just in a place that offers you a sense of ease and peace. And you might even just feel your nervous system relax a little bit. Letting your eyes soften. Maybe they close. Feeling the support beneath you, feeling your breath under your hands. With each exhalation, your back body relaxes a little bit more. Your muscles that support your spine, releasing, relaxing. Maybe little moments of release. You might sense different muscles letting go a little bit more. And maybe your breath starts to deepen, it starts to slow. We get some nice stretching in through our practice this evening. And as we do, setting your intention to be kind to yourself, to offer yourself love, all of the parts of you. Smiling into your experience. And you're right here, right now, just breathing and allowing, being here. Like a little jungle adventure. Take a deep breath and let it go. And let your knees come away from each other, your feet mat width distance. You're going to let your knees fall to the right, and come back to center, and fall to the left. Very gently, very slowly as they lift and lower. Moving with your breath, perhaps. Taking your time. And as your knees come through center and fall from one side to the other, your hands gently drift across your body, giving a little gentle massage to your abdominal contents as you get a little massage in your sacrum, your hips, your low back. Seeing if your neck and shoulders can remain relaxed as well. Our practice is about this self-love that comes from even shifting any unhelpful habits and patterns to assist us in our own personal evolution and our functionality as well. Letting your knees come back to center. Bring them in towards your chest and give them a squeeze. Just rock across your sacrum and across your low back, and let your head turn the opposite direction as your knees. Coming back to center, place your left foot on the ground and hold on to your right knee with your hands and rock your right hip kind of around a little bit, maybe out to the side, bringing it back in. You can push it away. You might even make some circles with your right knee and kind of getting into your ball and socket joint. And it's from here that we'll start to also utilize our strap. Getting your strap, and I'd like for you to lengthen it. You might sort of fold it in half a bit because we're going to start by placing it behind your right upper leg. It's okay if you are perfectly able to interlace your fingers. I'd just rather you let your strap help you so your shoulders can really relax. So your upper arms are on the ground, your neck is relaxed, your chin is in towards your chest. And from here, we're going to straighten and bend your right leg. And see if you can point your toes as you lift your right leg and flex your foot as you bend your right leg. See if your breath wants to come along with you as well. Next time your knee bends, you can remove the strap from behind your leg and then get the strap across the bottom of your foot and straighten your leg. You might like to have the strap a little closer to your heel. That can feel kind of interesting. We'll just play with that. See if your upper arms can relax down again. Allow your back of your neck to lengthen and flex your foot so your toes kind of point towards your head. And then gently draw your leg towards your body just as far as it wants to go, and then let it move away from your body. Bringing it in. We're going to play around with some movements of your leg. I really like to do the circles. I think the circles are kind of nice. So you're making circles with your whole leg. It's like you're looking at the ceiling and your big toe is drawing these circles. Yeah. And I'd like for your circles to be as large or as small as they'd like to be. Just explore, experiment, see how different movements feel. You can kind of go one direction and then go the other direction. When you're still breathing, allowing your breath to be nice and full and letting your belly be soft. I'm going to wrap my strap around my hands once because that helps me to feel a little bit more relaxed through my hands also. Yeah, one direction and the other, and then maybe it's like you're drawing little smiles with your foot, kind of little smiles, little half circles. Going one direction and then around to the other. This is actually a helpful thing to do for the low back. It kind of helps to stretch some of the muscles that support your spine as well. When we stretch our hips, that can be helpful. Let your left leg extend long and bring both straps into your left hand. And I want you to press through your heel and just not that far, bring your foot across towards the left. It's a pretty big stretch through the hip. Of course, you can kind of feel into that, see if the stretch feels good to you, and you could come a little bit further, but you'll probably have quite a bit of sensation through your outer hip, maybe even into your hamstring a little bit without going terribly far across your body. And we're not looking for a twist. I'm not looking for a twist of your spine. And take a nice deep breath and let it go and come back to center with your leg. And bend your knee, bring your knee in towards your chest a little and towards your armpit. And then go ahead and remove the strap. Gonna bring your right foot to the ground and then bend your left knee, bring it in, give it a hug. Gonna make we're gonna do the same sequence of events, but with your left leg. So you can kind of rock it around a little bit and see how your left hip flexor is doing, how your ball and socket joint is doing. Just be very loving and kind to yourself. And then taking your strap, maybe folded in half. I just got mine folded in half here, and bring it around the back of your leg. Again, it's okay if you're able to interlace your fingers. I'd rather you just use the strap. And then start to straighten and bend your left leg with your left toes pointing up towards the sky, and then flexing your foot and bringing your heel back down. So playing with that movement. You have this, your fascia, your connective tissue running through your body, connecting all parts of you, really, from your toes all the way up your legs, even into the contents of your abdomen and of your pelvis, and kind of wrapping around all of the different muscles as well. And so when you loosen things up in certain places, it can affect other places. And that's one of the things that can be so helpful about like stretching the legs like we're doing tonight too. It can really help with especially the back body. And the next time you bend your knee, you can remove the strap and place it on the bottom of your foot, kind of closer towards the heel again tonight, just straightening out your legs, seeing how that feels as you flex your foot. Maybe you wrap the strap around your hands and draw your leg closer towards your upper body. And then let it move away. Body in. And let it move away. Finding kind of a neutral place with your foot and start to make your circles, drawing circles on your ceiling. And only you know what's on your ceiling that you're looking at. And so you're just kind of drawing. I have these little swirls of kind of paint, paint plaster probably, and just kind of looking at these little swirls, and it's like you're circling a little universe on your ceiling. Go the other direction, play around. You can kind of find some bigger stretches, bigger circles. Maybe your universe expands on your ceiling, or maybe it gets real tiny, and you're just playing with that idea. It's kind of fun. Making some smiley faces, kind of drawing smiles, so like little arches, little half circles on the ceiling with your leg. Coming back to center, straighten your right leg. Bring both sides of the strap into your right hand, flex your foot, and then just barely cross your body towards the right with your leg. As flexed of a foot, as straight of a leg as you can make it. Getting this stretch through maybe your outside of your leg, maybe through your hamstring a little bit as well. Breathing into that stretch. And coming back to center. Before we come out of this strap, We're gonna bring the right knee into your chest and bring it up into the strap as well. And now you have a little strap hammock for your legs. Let your feet come towards your upper body and then they move away. And you just kind of play a little bit there and see how that feels in your back body. Have loosening things up. Breathing into the muscles that support your spine, being very nice to yourself. And then bend your knees or remove your strap. Place it off to the side. Bring your feet to the ground. And we're going to roll over to our side and we're going to be there for a few moments. So if you have a pillow that you might be able to place between your knees, pillow could be really good. A blanket could be fine as well. I'm going to just take my feet like little monkey feet and grab my pillow and place it between my knees, shins and ankles. And resting on your side, maybe even having a blanket that you can pull up over your shoulder if you're feeling a little chilly. And cross your arms across your chest and let your fingers just gently tap your shoulders. This is a side lying resting pose, and we're just going to be here for a few breaths, just for the sake of calming your nervous system. Letting your jaw relax, letting your eyes remain softened. Now we're going to take our time coming up to the seat. And rolling forward to push yourself upward. We're going to start to set ourselves up for a supported twist. But before we come into that supported twist, we're going to do a few cat-cows, some movements of the spine here. I'm going to keep my blanket underneath of me. This extra softness under my knees feels really good. I've got a bolster, I've got a pillow, just so I'm ready to go when I'm going to find that supported twist. Coming into tabletop, so let your knees be underneath of your hips and your wrists underneath of your shoulders. Stretch your fingers wide. Let the tops of your feet come down to the ground and find a neutral spine. And then begin to just tilt your pelvis in and bring your chin towards your chest. And then tilt your pelvis the other direction and lift your chin. See if this movement can really feel like it comes from the pelvis, like it begins with your tailbone drawing in, and then your tailbone curving the opposite direction. So these are very slow, deliberate movements of your spine. Tailbone curving in, pelvis curving in, really breathing into your low back. back to center. I'm gonna have you go ahead and sit next to your bolsters. Now, more height is going to make this posture a little less intense, so keep that in mind. But the turning, this twist, is going to help to stretch some of the muscles supporting the spine. And it's also, of course, good for our abdominal contents. I'm going to take a blanket and I'm going to fold it up a little extra to place between my knees, shins, and ankles. I'm sitting up right next to, my hip is right next to my bolster. And I'm going to turn and gently allow my upper body to come down. Let your head face the same direction as your knees. If it's too intense, a little more height will help. So maybe you place another pillow. I have a couple throw pillows, and allow this to be a little less intense of a stretch. Okay. But as you rest, knowing that you're doing such a lovely thing for these muscles here supporting your spine, and breathing into them. And removing glasses, I always have to make sure I do that. And seeing if with each exhalation you can release just a little bit more into the support beneath you. Take a deep breath and let it go. And start to make our way back up to a tabletop. for a little bit more stretching before we go to the other side. So come into tabletop. Lengthen your spine. Now extend your right leg back behind you. Press through your heel. And walk your right foot over towards the left. Look over your left shoulder, squeezing your left side body and stretching your right. Come back to center. And bring your right knee down and switch sides. Extend your left leg back behind you. Press through your heel. And take a deep breath and let it go. And walk your left toes over to the right corner of your mat and look over your right shoulder. Getting that squeeze through your right side and the stretch through your left side. A deep breath and let it go. Come back to center. Bring your knee down. And now we'll switch sides. So having a seat with your other hip up against your bolster. Take your blanket or a pillow to add a little support between your knees, shins, and ankles. It can feel very nice. Sitting up nice and up against your bolster. Bring your hands on either side, lengthen through your spine, and begin to lie your front body down on the bolster. Again, more height is going to give a little less of a stretch. And wherever you land, see if you can just allow yourself to sink into the support beneath. Letting your arms rest on the ground and just breathing here. And begin to deepen your breath. And start to walk your hands under your shoulders. Coming up this time to a seat. To a seat. And we're going to take a blanket, a folded blanket, and sit up on a folded blanket. So I can kind of take one of your blankets and sit up on it. And extend your legs out long in front of you. Move my little bolsters out of the way. You might, if your knees feel bothered by this, maybe you take a pillow and place them under your knees. Oh, that gave me a lot of support when I did that. Point and flex your toes and bring your arms out and kind of move your wrists, move your ankles, move your fingers. Do some gentle patting down and up your legs. So real slow. Pat, 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 pat. And you're going to making your way down. Maybe you fold forward and slowly pat your way back up. So it's just like really kind of slow pats down the sides of your legs as you fold forward and back up. Next time you come all the way up, you're going to fold forward, taking maybe your bolster over your legs, maybe another pillow if that feels good, lifting up through your spine and then releasing forward. You could bend your elbows and bring your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows. Just sort of let your head relax forward. Or you could bring your cheek to one side if that feels good. My head's not going to come all the way down to my bolster. This is just a way to, again, stretch the back of the body, and you can breathe into your low back. Feeling that pressure on your forehead, maybe even sort of massaging your thumbs on your forehead. You feel really nice. Maybe you've had a big thinking day. Nice way to relax your thinkers. Kind of like to go all the way down by my eyebrows and sort of massage that little area there between the eyebrows. And find a smile. And take a deep breath and let it go. And slowly make your way back up to a tall spine. I want to do a little bit of a chest opener, but I want to be real gentle with the chest opener. So let's try this. We're going to take our bolster and place the bolster down where your legs are going to go. I'm going to make this an extra high bolster because I want your I want your low back to not be bothered when we have this chest opener. So in fact, I have the power to make my bolster even higher with my blocks. This would be kind of a flowing waterfall that we could do with a chair, but we're going to do it this way today. So I've got my blocks. I've seen this before as well, where they called it like a was it a Stonehenge? I'm not going to do that though. A Stonehenge, you could build Stonehenge there, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to take another blanket that I have, and I want the blanket to be folded as smoothly as possible. I want the smoothest edge of the blanket to be where my shoulder blades are going to go. So my bum is going to go here. My legs are going to go over my bolster setup. My shoulder blades are on the ground. So it's going to be a chest opener, but without putting too much strain on the low back. I also have a blanket for the back of my head, but I definitely want my kind of from the bra line vertebrae above, from there and up, to be on the flat, kind of on the ground with this extra blanket is nice too. So I've got my high bolster. I'm gonna stack my legs. I'm gonna scooch my way back so that, oh, that's nice, so that I can have that extra height under my legs. I might lift my hips and press my buttocks away from my spine, away from the low back. That makes a huge difference for me. My chest, or my chin, comes towards my chest, shoulder blades on the ground, and let your arms just relax down to your sides. Maybe you cover yourself up. You could have more height. You could have two folded blankets under you. It's going to make this a deeper, kind of that deeper stretch, that deeper kind of waterfall, sort of flowing waterfall stretch, where it's like your knees, that bolsters, like one dip in the waterfall coming down, and then the other dip is your shoulder blades coming off the, or onto the ground. This is a nice place to just relax, to allow the allow gravity to help your shoulders relax back, sort of working with your posture, correcting that folding forward that we find ourselves in, kind of rounding forward over the course of the day. And this is not our final relaxation. This is our flowing waterfall variation. And as you breathe, just feel each exhalation help your shoulders sink a little bit more downward, and even find a little sigh. Make sure your neck and head feel supported. Take a deep breath and let it go. Make small movements. Have you roll to your side, so bending your knees and bringing them into your chest, rolling to your side. Be there for a moment. And slowly make your way up to a seat. And it's important to come off of this height. So I'm gonna take that blanket off. I kind of reassess my bolster situation to make sure that it feels good to me. So for me, I like to have my pillow as a ramp. And something else that I'm going to ask you to do, beside making sure that you have enough support under the back of your head, is I'm going to have you take your strap and we're going to make a lasso. Going to take your strap through both loops and then over the first one and under the second one. And from there, you can make it, it doesn't have to be terribly small because we're going to put it around your lower legs, like about the middle of your shin. And the reason for this, as we come into our relaxation, you don't want it to be terribly tight. That's not the point. The point is that this helps your legs be aligned. When we lie down, our feet naturally fall out to the side. Our hips might kind of roll open, external rotation. And we want to find more of a neutrality. The neutrality helps your nervous system relax. So having this support, this kind of strap on your mid-shin, is preventing the rolling out of your feet. You're gonna get yourself extra comfy, cozy. You're gonna get your blanket over your body. You can have some pillows. Maybe I have these little throw pillows that I like to put kind of up against my arms, kind of my upper arms. You have your eye pillow close by. Hopefully you have your aromatherapy, unless you're me and you left it on your desk. So you get all your goodies together. Again, this strap supporting you. And if you didn't have a strap, you could even use just the blanket and kind of tuck yourself in. I remember when I was a little girl, my parents would do this thing when they tucked me in, they would do a foot nest. They would kind of wrap the blanket, tuck the blanket under my legs. And that helps you relax because it finds that neutrality for your nervous system. They didn't know that. I didn't know that. But that's what happened. That makes you feel real cozy. So you have that neutrality. Make sure that you've lifted your hips and pressed your buttocks away from your low back. Maybe you have your arms on your pillows, or your hands resting on your body. And go ahead and grab your aromatherapy, getting it in your hands, and rub your hands together. Bring them to your nose and give yourself a few nice slow inhalations. inhalations and exhalations. Take your hands, maybe you anoint some area of your body, perhaps your neck, your jaw, or maybe it's your jaw, temples, and your scalp. You can, sometimes I like to rub my scalp with essential oils, and they sit in my hair, and that can feel real nice as well. And then once you've gotten yourself to a good place there, you can grab your eye pillow, place it over your eyes, and soften into the support beneath you. And feeling the rise and fall of your breath. Feeling the support beneath your body. Raising your vibration comes from opening your heart. You feel loving. You experience more aliveness, expansion, and renewal. Love is flowing with the universe rather than resisting it. Love is a willingness to be vulnerable. It is accepting yourself and others just as you and they are. Unconditional love dissolves all separateness. As you learn to love yourself and others more, you increase your vibration. Your energy takes on the smoother, finer vibrations of the higher dimensions, and you become your higher self. Love is the doorway to enlightenment. You can open your heart more by loving yourself. Love all the parts of yourself, even those thoughts and feelings you may have labeled as negative. If you feel anger or doubt, love those feelings as much as you love your feelings of joy and peace. Love your humanity as well as your divinity. Love your insecurities and your negative feelings. If you feel unforgiving or unloving, love those feelings too. Love all of what you call your imperfections. You don't change them by denying or hating them. You change them by loving them. As you love your negative feelings, they can evolve into their positive expressions. Love all your thoughts, even those that are limited or fearful. Think of them as small children needing your love and reassurance. If you catch a negative thought, don't make yourself wrong for having it. Love all your negative thoughts, and they will have far less power over you. If you are imagining things you want to stop thinking about, love yourself for thinking them, and it will be easier to stop. Put a positive thought alongside your negative thoughts. One positive thought can cancel out hundreds of negative ones. You can love your negative feelings and thus raise their vibrations out of limitation into light, or you can hate and resist them. Hating them gives them even more power over you. Love your humanness. It is what you are here to experience and learn from. Love your weaknesses as well as your strengths, for those are the areas that most need your love to evolve. As you love your negative feelings, your world expands and your choices increase. Love creates healing. small movements with your fingers and your toes. With your eyes closed, remove your eye pillow. Bring your knees into your chest and remove the strap from mid shin. Rock your knees from side to side gently. And roll to your side. And be there. Slowly press yourself up to a seat. And when you arrive, and shift a little from side to side, and front to back. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and let them roll back and allow the crown of your head to extend. And bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And offer yourself kindness, compassion, peace, and love, and a smile. And bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra. The light in me sees and honors that light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to your practice today. And I hope that you have a peaceful